Sayeret Matkal, Hebrew, General Staff Reconnaissance Unit, is a special forces unit of the Israel Defense Forces. First and foremost a field intelligence gathering unit, conducting deep reconnaissance behind enemy lines to obtain strategic intelligence. Sayeret Matkal is also tasked with counter-terrorism and hostage rescue beyond Israel's borders. The unit is modelled after the British Army's Special Air Service, and is the Israeli equivalent of Delta Force of the United States. In this video, we look at 5 most daring operation of Sayeret Matkal.
Number 5.
In December 26, 1968, El Al Flight 253, a Boeing 707 en route from Tel Aviv, Israel, to New York City, was attacked by 2 Palestinian terrorists. 2 Arabs dashed out of the transit lounge of Athens Airport just as the Israeli plane, parked 200 yards away, was preparing to take off. The plane had flown in earlier from Tel Aviv. More than a minute of submachine gun firing was initiated. 1 passenger was killed and 2 women were injured. Police arrested the 2 men and said the men confessed they were members of a Palestinian organization, and had planned to destroy the jet and kill all Israeli passengers aboard. Operation Gift was an Israel Defense Forces Special Forces operation at the Beirut International Airport in the evening of December 28, 1968. The operation was in response to the attack on the Israeli airliner. The commandos from the Israeli Army's elite Sayeret Matkal destroyed 12 passenger airplanes belonging to Middle East Airlines, Lebanese International Airways and 2 cargo planes belonging to Trans-Mediterranean Airways. There were no casualties reported in the raid. The total value of the destroyed planes was estimated to be $43.8 million. Sabina Flight 571 was a scheduled passenger flight from Vienna to Tel Aviv operated by the Belgian national airline, Sabina. On the 8th of May 1972 a Boeing 707 passenger aircraft operating that service, captained by British pilot Reginald Levy, was hijacked by 4 members of the Black September Organization, a Palestinian terrorist group. Following their instructions, Captain Levy landed the plane at Athens Airport. On the 9th of May 1972 at 4 p.m. the rescue operation began. A team of 16 Sayeret Matkal commandos, led by Ehud Barak and including Benjamin Netanyahu, both future Israeli prime ministers, approached the aircraft disguised as aircraft technicians. Having immobilized it during the preceding night, they convinced the hijackers that its hydraulic system needed repair. They then stormed the aircraft, killing both male hijackers within 2 minutes. They also captured the 2 women hijackers and rescued all 90 remaining passengers.
Number 3.
In May 1974, 3 armed members of the Democratic Front for the Liberation of Palestine, DFLP, entered Israel from Lebanon. Soon afterwards they attacked a van, killing 2 Israeli Arab women while injuring a third, and entered an apartment building in the town of Malot, where they killed a couple and their 4-year-old son. From there, they headed for the Natif Me'er Elementary School, where they took more than 115 people, including 105 children, hostage. The hostage-takers soon issued demands for the release of 23 Palestinian militants from Israeli prisons, or else they would kill the students. At 1725, the commander of the Sayeret Matkal Special Forces Group was given the green light to storm the building. The assault force was divided into 3 units, 2 to break in from the entrance while a third was to climb a ladder and enter from a window facing north. A gun battle ensued with heavy firing. Terrorists killed 22 high school students. The 3 DFLP militants were neutralized, and all the remaining people were rescued.
Number 2.
On the 27th of June, an Air France plane with 248 passengers had been hijacked by two members of the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine, External Operations, PFLPEO. The hijackers had the stated objective to free 40 Palestinian and affiliated militants imprisoned in Israel, and 13 prisoners in 4 other countries in exchange for the hostages. The flight, which had originated in Tel Aviv with the destination of Paris, was diverted after a stopover in Athens via Benghazi to Entebbe, the main airport of Uganda. The Ugandan government supported the hijackers, and dictator Idi Amin personally welcomed them. After moving all hostages from the aircraft to a disused airport building, the hijackers separated all Israelis and several non-Israeli Jews from the larger group, and forced them into a separate room. Over the following 2 days, 148 non-Israeli hostages were released and flown out to Paris. 94, mainly Israeli, passengers along with the 12-member Air France crew, remained as hostages and were threatened with death. Operation Entebbe took place at night. Israeli transport planes carried 100 Sayeret Matkal commandos over 4,000 kilometers to Uganda for the rescue operation. The operation, which took a week of planning, lasted 90 minutes. 102 hostages were rescued. 5 Israeli commandos were wounded and 1 unit commander was killed. All the hijackers, 3 hostages and 45 Ugandan soldiers were killed, and 11 Soviet-built MiG-17s and MiG-21s of Uganda's Air Force were destroyed.
Number 1.
Starting 2001, the Mossad, Israel's intelligence agency, tracked about a dozen trips by Syrian military officers and scientists to Pyongyang, where they met with high-ranking North Korean officials. Israel suspected that Syria was trying to develop an atom bomb with North Korea's help. Operation Orchard was an Israeli airstrike on the suspected nuclear reactor in the Deir ez-Zor region of Syria, which occurred just after midnight on September 6, 2007. But before the airstrike, it was needed to confirm if indeed nuclear activity was being performed in the site. Here Sayeret Matkal was involved. In mid-August 2007, Israeli commandos from the Sayeret Matkal Reconnaissance Unit dressed in Syrian uniforms covertly raided the suspected Syrian nuclear facility, and brought nuclear material back to Israel. 2 helicopters ferried 12 commandos to the site in order to get photographic evidence and soil samples. Soil analysis revealed traces of nuclear activity. Sources reported that once material was tested, and confirmed to have come from North Korea, the green signal for the strike was given. The day before the operation, Sayeret Matkal commandos again infiltrated and arrived at the site, and highlighted the target with laser designators for the airstrike.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting. Kindly provide your feedback in the comment section, this will help us improve.